Hey there guys, it's Morgan. Welcome back to the weekly Shlog here at Highland Cycles in Montrose, Colorado, where we show you all kinds of cool dirt bike stuff. We have a ton of fun. If you're new here, stick with us. You saw the thumbnail. There must be something you're interested in if YouTube serves this up. So stick with us, check it out. If you enjoy it, make sure you subscribe. It's going to be a good one. I got some interesting things to show you over here. Mr. Sheets is doing TBT suspension over there. So if that sounds awesome, stick with us. Here we go. Alright guys, so first up I just want to show you what Zach is working on. We're valving a shock off of the 2017 300 XCW. Look at Mr. Sheets. There he is holding things.
Small chunk out of his piston.
Ooh, let's see. Yeah. That's not awesome. So there we go guys. That is why you should have, if you're having anyone tune your suspension, have someone who actually knows what's going on do it, so they pay attention to things like that. I know a ton of people who, if they were putting gold valves in or something like that in their shock themselves, they just take it apart, put it back, and not really look at that. We here at Highland Cycles / TBT, we take these and we surface them to make sure they're flat. Zach uses that giant piece of granite right there. By the way, there's Zach. We don't get enough angry Zach on the Shlog these days. We have to work on that. But we take this, slide around, make sure it's nice and flat so that the shims seal. And that shim is not going to seal. So, we don't have another piston, do we? I don't think we have another piston, so we're going to have to figure that out. Oh, we could... I don't really want to, but we could take apart that shock that I just bought to have as a spare and do that. So we have a set of suspension here for people to try out. And so I have a shock with the piston that we can replace. So I guess we're probably gonna have to do that because that, let me see if I can show you. There we go. Oh, there you can see it, perfect. That isn't gonna work right. That's the kind of thing you need to make sure you pay attention to. It's the little stuff like that makes suspension, you know, just a little off or not work like it's supposed to. So anyway, there you go. And there's Zach's $4 million vise. That thing is bad to the bone. I'm honestly super jealous of his vise. That thing is so cool. Anyway, let me show you what I just opened up. This is a 2008, 9, something like that, YZ250F. Aluminum frame guy. Let's see, what year is it? 2009. YZ250F. So it needs a carburetor cleaned, might need to be rebuilt, and a front tire. Great, awesome. Do this all the time. We're actually, I never thought I would say that we are carburetor specialists, but we definitely are here. We embrace carburetor still. Obviously, fuel injection is awesome. My new bike is going to have fuel injection. I think it's great. I don't like TPI, fuel injection, and I'm leery overall because of the fact that some little electronic thing could fail and cause it to go. But anyway, I love carburetors. So obviously, time to get in there. Let's take the seat and tank off. And the first thing I notice is, this, yep, there we go. There we go. So, oh, guys and girls. I always say guys. In fact, I need help. You guys need to tell me what I need to say, because as I'm editing these videos, I notice that every time I grab the camera, I say, all right, guys. I say it every time. So what do you guys recommend I say instead? Or what's a better way? I guess I could just, anyway, we'll figure it out together. So that's disgusting. You take that off, obviously you get a new air filter. I'm sure there are pieces of foam and all kinds of things down inside the carburetor, so that thing's definitely coming off. Hopefully there's not a lot of dirt in the motor. I don't think so. It's probably fine, because it did have oil. It's just sticky. It's got oil on it, so it's probably catching most of the dirt, but anyway, there you go. All right, real quick, while I'm getting ready to take this thing apart, I want to mention the sponsor of this video, Moto tires. Moto tires, thank you guys so much. If you've been watching us long, you know that I'm running V-Motos. I really, really, really like them. I really like the back. I've had some honestly mixed reviews on the front from customers. I still really enjoy the front. It seems to be working fine for me. I've had some other guys not like them so much. So we're definitely focusing more on the rear tires for sure, because I listen to my customers. If they don't like it, then there's no point in me, trying to push it down the throats, even though it seems to work for me. But yeah, V-Moto Tires is a huge sponsor of the channel, so I just need to say thank you guys. Also, if you want some, go to vmototires.com and use code Highland or Highland10. I think it's Highland10 to save money and get free shipping. Yeah, we'll take this thing apart. All right, guys, so we got the carburetor off, and if you have never worked on an aluminum framed Yamaha, getting the carburetor off, this is what you have to do. No, actually, this is pretty much, you have to do all of it. You got to take motor mounts out, shock out, subframe off, pipe off. Once you do all that, it's actually really, really easy, but it's quite a thing. People wonder why we charge so much to do carburetor work. It's like, I got almost an hour in removal and replacing. So anyway, it's off. Obviously, you saw the disgusting. So here it is. It honestly doesn't look bad, so I don't think it actually ran like that. I think this guy must have bought this thing like, I don't know. He must have bought it and not ridden it, or I'm not sure. Anyway, it's really pretty clean, but we're going to take it all apart. We're going to put a new mid-body gasket in it, the whole thing. We're just going to rebuild the whole deal, make it perfect, so that we know for a fact it's all good. And we'll get a new air filter, go back together, and I bet it runs great. There's not much to show you guys. I've got lots of videos on FCR Carbs. Make sure you check those out if you're curious. If you have one, it'll help. If you've got fuel injection and you're never going back, well, then don't worry. Don't bother. But yeah, we're going to take it all apart. If I find anything absolutely super interesting, I'll bring it back in. Otherwise, I'll check in after we get it running, and we'll move on to the next job. All right, guys, so we got the mid-body apart. I just want to show you what this looks like when it's coming apart here. There we go. See how smushed that it's just way flattened out, all gnarly. It's not too big of a deal, except for it's really flat. It's probably leaking a little bit, but then we come over here and see that hole right there is just about covered up. And then all that gasket material is squished out. So this definitely needs to be replaced. It's disgusting gross. And then, let's see. So this is the pilot, it's part of the pilot circuit. So if that thing gets clogged up, which I think it might be, it's pretty bad. Obviously, you get lean on the bottom and doesn't, anyway. So then now we gotta take these two bolts out to get this off, to get the other part. Here is the for sure proof that we needed to do this. Focus, there we go. So see, there's an orifice underneath all that rubber. It's totally clogged up. So get it all new gaskets. This thing's gonna run way better. I doubt it. I'm surprised it even ran, if it did. I don't know. I didn't even start it, because after seeing that, yeah, we're good. So anyway, I'm gonna go clean this up in the ultrasonic, get it all shiny, shiny, happy, put all new gaskets in. It's gonna be ready to rock and roll. All right, guys. So got the carburetor in lots of pieces. I'm gonna go put it in the ultrasonic, but the USPS just showed up, and I am so stoked. I think I figured out who sent it to us. Shane Brizendine, who we did the suspension for. He won the suspension competition to get free valving done on his bike, and he sent us this, which I am so stoked. We opened it up. I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, what the heck? And it's a bean oil castor candle to make the shop smell like two-stroke smoke. So I'm so stoked. Thank you so much, Shane. That is awesome. I might take it home to the new house and light it and see how upset my wife gets. But you know, whatever. If I do it when she's not there, it's just forgiveness situation, right? So anyway, thank you, Shane. That's awesome. I'm gonna go dump these in the parts cleaner, get them all shined up, and put that thing back together. All right, guys, so that's cooking in the ultrasonic right now, and I figured I want to show you another thing, a couple things that I got for myself that I'm really excited about, because yeah, I'll show you why. Anyway, they're from our friends at Moto Minded. Start with So I'm going to start with this. This is the headlight mask adapter to take off my XL Sport headlight from my 300. Hold on, let me go grab that. All right, so here's my XL Sport. It's been really, really good. It's crazy bright and all that happiness and whatever, but it's really heavy, and I don't care about the weight on the bike. That doesn't really bother me at all, although I really can actually feel a difference when I go from this to just a number plate. But from this to my chainsaw, whatever, I obviously don't care that much about the front weight on the bike. That's not the issue. The issue is that when I ride with this thing and I ride hard and bounce around, it breaks everything about it. It's currently in pretty good shape because Chris at Moto Minded always helps me out. He takes care of me. He gets me new brackets, but I've broken a few of these brackets, and it's really just been from vibration and banging around. I think this is a newer one, so I've loved this. It's been great, but I'm ready to get that thing off there because I'm tired of breaking brackets and all that stuff. The other thing is, because it's so heavy, it tends to vibrate and move, and like, again, it shakes, and then the thing will move and aim wrong, and then I'm always anyway, whatever. So that's going away. And the cool thing is, I'm just gonna take this whole thing out, and then I'll put this in, and with this hardware, I'll be able to put the S1 light, which is the light that I've got up underneath the chainsaw mount that's on my bike. I'll be able to put that in there. It'll be super lightweight, plenty bright enough to get me through. Because again, my 300 is no longer a race bike. It is just a trail bike. It's a trail cutting bike. It's a dual sport, street legal setup, whatever. I don't really care about having a ton of light on it. I just need some light to get me home in the dark, and then also go for night rides and things like that. And that S1's gonna be perfect. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing is this, and it's for the new bike that's not here yet, but will hopefully be here, someday. It is Moto Minded's Bomber bar switch, and it is way cool. This piece is billet aluminum. It's got these really high-end, nice buttons. Then he's 3D printed the protector on the back to help keep it in good shape, protected. It all plugs right into the KTM harness. And the cool thing is, the new bike has start and kill on the same thing. It's over on the right-hand side. But I was looking at the pictures of it. It's all plastic. I am 100% going to crash and break that thing. And it's going to be a real bummer since it doesn't have a Kickstarter. I'll probably break the start button off. Anyway, whatever. So I'm super stoked because this is going to replace all that with a really heavy-duty bomber setup. I'll be able to put it on the left or the right, doesn't matter, and it should wire right into the KTM harness. Guys, if you are interested, check out motominded.com. They are amazing. They have taken very good care of me. Chris is an amazing dude. By the way, by taking care of me, I bought all this stuff. Obviously, I get a deep discount. I bought all this stuff. Chris has definitely helped me out in the past with free things. I paid for this stuff because I really wanted it. And we don't actually know exactly how it's going to work with the new bike. We're pretty sure it's going to all just plug in. It should. All right, guys. Got everything out of the ultrasonic. It's going to blast out with air. Get it all nice and dry. One of the keys to cleaning these things, and I think I've said this before, but it always bears repeating, is when you're cleaning and you're getting ready to reinstall, make sure you blow air through every little orifice on here. Make sure everything's out. I've actually, I've spent an inordinate amount of time when I was learning this trade, cleaning things, thinking that it was actually clean, looked clean and all that, but missing one tiny little piece of rubber, tiny piece of dirt, and having to tear things all the way back apart again. So anyway, gonna go through, get this all cleaned up, reinstall. I got a new mid-body gasket, new carb rebuild kit. Get it all done. Put her back on. I'm not going to film it this time because, like I said, I've shown you guys this plenty of times before. If you're new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any of those videos. But also consider going back in time, doing a search. If there's anything you want to learn how to do, if you don't know if we've done it, in the search bar, just hit the YouTube search bar up here in the top. Just type in Highland Cycles, all one word, and then the thing you're looking for. And if we've done a video, it'll come up. Anyway, get this done. We'll be on to the next job. All right, so it's runs pretty good, but you heard the idle was kind of off, and then as I started to close it, because I had it at about 2 out, I started to close it, it died. So I need to come out a little bit, and I might even need to go up on the pilot to get this thing idling just right. But it fired right up, it takes throttle good. I didn't film that, but it takes throttle really well, it's all good. I also got to put the air filter back in it too, so I'm not going to fiddle with the carburetor too much. I got the air filter in it. Another tech tip, guys, I guess, is when you're tuning a carb, or even probably a fuel injected bike anyway, on a laptop, you want to have the air filter in it. If possible, you want to have the seat on it and all that stuff, like as it's going to be as you're riding it, because all that stuff makes little differences in the airflow, and if you get it off and you tune it and you put that on, you can end up with it too rich or whatever. So anyway, yeah, all new gaskets, new mid-body, thing works great. One of the keys to these FCRs, guys, is if you're going to deal with it, just go all the way. Do the mid-body, do the fuel screw packing, like the little O-ring on it, everything. If you do all of that, you really generally won't have any kind of problems, and these things run great. All right, guys, next on the lift is the venerable KLR 650. I know a lot of you guys watching this, you probably just saw the thumbnail and you're like, oh man, the guy's just working on a KLR. And I'm psyched to have you guys here. All you new folks who are giant KLR lovers, welcome to the welcome to the weekly Shlog, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So this KLR has been neglected severely for a long time. At least that's what the owner said. He's like, man, I haven't done anything. Could you please, yeah, gotta get ready. I'm riding this weekend. So yes, we absolutely can. I forgot to film last week. Zach did a doohickey on the KLR, so we are a KLR competent shop. We don't work on tons of them. There are a fair amount of them around, but as you guys know, if you're KLR folks, KLR people like to work on their own machines, and that's kind of what this whole YouTube channel is about, is helping you guys work on your own machines. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a massive fan of the KLR. I think it's a fine motorcycle. I think I know guys who've been all the way to Ushuaia on them. I've met guys traveling around the world on them. I know that they're very capable at doing lots of things. I've got a friend who rides one like it's a dirt bike. So all that stuff. But for my money, I'm not a huge fan. I think there's other ways to go. I like to get more specific motorcycles, so like more of an off-road motorcycle, more of a street motorcycle. You know, I'm obviously a huge fan of the XR 650 over this bike, but anyway. So today we are going to be putting a new front tire on it, fixing some turn signals, well not fixing, but rewiring some turn signals because he moved them to get them away from the bags. Straightening the front end because he crashed it, and a couple other things. So join us as we get into that. By the way, guys, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. I don't use this little jack on dirt bikes very often. I have just like a little pop-up thing, but quick note for you guys who are working at your house, I guess this would be a tool spotlight. I haven't done a tool spotlight in a while. These little scissor jack things are really sweet, and you can get them super cheap from like Harbor Freight. This one came with the lift, but you don't have to spend that much money on them, and they're really handy because, like I said, it's just a little scissor lift, and you can go up small increments. Like, I really like it. It makes it easy for heavy bikes to. I like it because it makes it easy for heavy bikes, like street bikes or whatever, to just lift it up, get the wheel out. You can roll the wheel in, and you can just slowly lower it down to line the axle up and go together. Anyway, it's actually one of my favorite tools. I don't use it a ton, but when I use it, I'm so happy I have it. But anyway, let's get this tire off of here, get that fixed, and then show you how we're going to straighten the front end and what that looks like. All right, guys, we got a nice big fat front tire on there. It's a Shinko 216 fatty. It's the 21Ms anyway. It's the fat one. It is a 216, but it's the fat one. It's the 9100 anyway. It should be really good for him for getting off-road and getting after it on the KLR. So the next thing he wanted me to take a look at is the front end is twisted, and you guys can see that. See how the tire is that way of the fender? Now, sometimes fenders are bent, but we know for a fact that this is not straight, because if you look at that, and then you come up here, and you can see that the bars are anyway. So, What it is, though, it's not that the bars have been. I've taken a look at the bars. They seem to be straight. So if I straighten the bars up, they look nice and straight now. But then we come over here and we can see that now that's like, I mean, it's the fender is straight, the bars are straight, but now anyway. So what that is, guys, is it's not the bars are bent, it's nothing is bent. It's the fact that the triple clamps are twisted. So the relationship of this triple clamp to the bottom triple clamp is now off, and they're twisted, causing the fork legs to be twisted. That does that. So a couple ways to take care of it. If you're on the trail, and this happens on dirt bikes, like little dirt bikes all the time, you tip over and the bar hits the ground, but the ground tries to keep the wheel. Anyway, it happens all the time. One thing you can do that my kid does, because Ewan crashes his 100 all the time, is he'll just get off, put it over, and like kick the thing and get it back straight. Since we're here at the shop, I'm going to show you the other way to do it. What we're going to do is we're going to take 12 millimeter wrench. We're going to loosen all the triple clamp bolts, and it's probably just going to find its way home. But if not, then we can put it between our legs like an old school bicycle, twist it, and get it back in. Alright guys, so I haven't touched it and it's already better. So it's already kind of found its way home, but I'm guessing just dirt, whatever, everything's loose. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to get it between our legs, do it like an old school bicycle. Should be good. All right, guys, check it out. Nice and straight. Bars also straight. Happy with that. All right, tighten those back down and move on to the next thing on the list. All right, guys, super psyched. Another mail time, except this isn't like a gift. This is something I ordered direct from Romania from our good friends at Extreme Moto Parts. Super excited. So they have a great deal on these O-rings for exhausts, and anyway, they're just a way less than buying them from KTM, and it's the same Viton rubber, so it's really good. Anyway, that another linkage guard. Actually, we had one fail on Garrett Anderson's bike, and they sent us a new one. So Garrett, this is yours. And then this is a brand new product. I'm really excited about these because KTM has had an issue recently with their radiator hoses being an issue, rubbing on things and breaking and getting a hole in them. Check this thing out. 3D printed. I'm gonna come over here. I think I can get in here on, yeah. So I don't know if I can do it because this is Wes. Guys, this is the bike. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to laugh. It's just the pipe's all bent up. But this bike is owned by Wes Dietz, who is No Pro Heroes here on YouTube. You guys got to go check out his channel. Again, it's No Pro Heroes. I'll put a link in the description. Go check him out. He's got an awesome channel. He's another local guy here in the Montrose area. He's got an awesome TikTok, Facebook, Instagram account. Anyway, whatever. Check him out, No Pro Heroes. I'm just laughing because I'm getting ready to fix this pipe. But so this thing goes in here and goes onto that hose, and then has a couple zip ties, and it protects it because this tends to, if you bend this radiator back, you hit something like that, it'll tear right there. So you can put this little thing on there. It's got zip ties, holds it on. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna put one of these on our new bike. I might put one on my old bike, and I have more for sale. So if you guys are interested, email me, morgan@highland-cycles.com. And I can send you one. I only have 6, so I guess 5 because this is mine anyway. And then after that, I'm not sure when I'm going to order more. But if you guys want to order anything from Extreme Moto Parts, definitely go to extreme-parts.com and use code Highland. I think it's just code Highland. I think it's Highland or Highland 10. I gotta check. It's in the description. Check the link in the description below. Use that code. You can get save money and get the thing shipped over from Romania. That only took like 5 days to get that from Europe. So pretty excited about that. Now I'm going to pop this pipe off here and see if we can't do some good with it. All right, guys, got Wes's bike all done. Check it out. Got a VE33S on there with the Nitro Moose. And he went from a Desert IT Maxxis 120-100 to a 110-100. And the Moose had already shrunk enough that I ended up having to put a wedge in that. So I didn't show you, but I've already filmed that. And it's quite obvious how you do it. You take a wedge out of an old Moose. You fill in, you take the Moose that you're putting in the tire, cut it so it spreads out and leaves a little gap. And you cut a wedge out of an old Moose that's just a little bit bigger, put that in there, makes it fit, looks good, seated all the way around, no air or anything like that. Got the pipe blown out and did some serious manhandling to get it working, but I think it turned out pretty good. This was already there, they already put that flat spot, but got the pipe pretty well straightened up. And then the thing I'm most proud about is I got it off of the skid plate. I mean, still touching a little bit right there, but it was wrapped tight around there. We're able to get the crowbar out, do some bending and whatever, and it's definitely better. So you should be able to get that skid plate off there, change his oil and all that good stuff now, make that easier. And then the final thing I did was I repacked the silencer, and I'll put that little video right up here. Did a time lapse of that. Kind of cool, actually. So that thing was nasty, disgusting. It had never been done before, so we got that done. So this bike ought to run, probably maybe run a little bit better. It's going to sound a lot better, and then it's going to have a whole bunch of traction with that VE33S. My personal opinions on that tire is that it's the grip is decent. I wore mine out way too fast, so we'll check in with Wes and see how it does with him. Some people seem to have better luck than me. I did not have luck. So anyway, bike's all ready to go. Make sure you check out No Pro Heroes on all the socials and on YouTube here. Again, link in the description. Check him out. Maybe give him a subscribe if you like his stuff. It's pretty cool. It's Thursday night, guys. We're getting ready to go ride. So I got my bike ready to go. And I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I haven't talked about it for a while because I haven't really thought about it, but this Flexi number plate or Flexi license plate holder from Moto Minded has been amazing. Even in that mud race down in Monticello, they got everything caked, everything was jacked up, whatever. All I did was spray it off with the pressure washer. It's been really good. I really highly recommend that. If you want to put a license plate on your bike, that thing is an awesome mount. So big fan of that. Yeah, this bike's ready to rock and roll. We're gonna go ride tonight, so make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, because that Thursday night ride will be up sometime after this Shlog. All right, guys, that's the end of the week, the end of the Shlog. We are ending the week a little bit early. Got my bike all ready to rock and roll for the weekend because this weekend is July 4th weekend, and that's why this is a little bit short. We're shutting down early. We're gonna go out, we're gonna have fun. Gonna ride dirt bikes, do some fly fishing, do all kinds of fun stuff. We hope that you guys get out and do the same. Maybe comment below what you guys did for the 4th of July weekend. That'd be cool to know. I love you. I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!